Beep boop beep boop beep boop boop. What in the world? What's that? Hey guys, today I'm going to tell you how to college. Because college is something that the world tells you you have to do. College is that thing that people say you have to try at least once for 1 semester, 2 semesters, figure out if it's your thing, and make an effort. So this is my video on how to get through college in one piece and have a somewhat happy experience. Step number 1, find the right professors. First step, last step, if this is the only step you take from this, find the right professors. My first semester, I had no idea what RateMyProfessor.com is. Write that down, RateMyProfessor.com. I had no idea what that website was. And thankfully, by a miracle, 3 out of the 4 professors I had that semester were great. Turns out that 4th one really messed up my GPA and my semester. I looked him up after I found out what that website was and realized why. Semester number 2 was amazing. I had the same 3 professors because they were part 2 courses, and I had a new 4th professor that I had researched on the website. And hallelujah, that semester was amazing. Not only was that 4th new professor so awesome, but I've taken 2 more of his classes since then in subsequent semesters, and we're like best friends now. Oh yeah, thank you RateMyProfessor.com. You have no excuse for having a bad experience with your professor. If it's your fault, it's your fault. And it can be your fault multiple ways. Either you didn't look it up, or you looked it up and read that it says he's a great professor, but he's going to take some effort. It's not an easy A class. You get there, it's the end of the semester, and you're like, dude, there was so much work. Rate My Professor gave an A+, I'm like, it's your fault, really. It's your fault. A good class is where you can learn from it and just interact so well with the professor, I feel like really that should be the one thing you take away from this. Your professors make or break your college experience. Number two, the next step to having an awesome experience at college is the books. Now, the books can be really expensive, but people are always complaining about them and I just don't understand it. Yes, books can be expensive, but if you look around, you can easily find places to get affordable books. I think one of the biggest complaints I've heard is even when they're used, they are expensive. But I actually have not once bought a used book. I haven't bought a used book because I rent the books. There is a college bookstore 5 minutes away from the college, and they have every single book you need. You pay like $20 for each one, rent it. They're so lax with what you can do at my specific bookstore. They said you can bend the pages, you can write in the book, as long as you return it without any missing pages or the cover on the last day of class, you're all good. And you just pay $20. Now, I treat my books really well. But this is a great deal. Textbooks, a quality, affordable, and if it's not going to be your major or anything, you don't have to buy this book to keep it forever. Now, if it's a class you really expect to like, and you are going to come back to this book for the rest of your life, then buy it. Brand new, keep it, it's worth it. I have done that for a few classes that I really like. But if it's a class, it's just math 101, and you need the book, and that's it, do it. Step number 3. So I just talked about books, right? I just explained how you can get affordable books. This is where I'm going to tell you to go look at back step 1. All these steps are going to work together, but step 1 and 2 work into step 3. You may have a professor that requires you to never look at your book. Make sure you read that on Rate My Professor. They'll even tell you on the first day of class, don't worry, we will never look in the book. And to be completely serious and honest with you, I have rarely looked at any of my college books unless it's a literature class. Seriously, I have made A's in classes and have never picked up the book once, even though the professors say all the homework will be from the book. Really, you don't even have to do it. For science and math classes, yes, you need to open books. But for a lot of other classes, you never have to open the book. If you can just pay attention to what the professor's saying, you don't even have to open it. So step 3 is really cool. You may never have to open your book as long as you can retain the information or at least take some notes. Step number 4, note-taking. Okay, this one really annoys me. The best part of a semester is on the first day, when the professor says to everyone, I will be placing all of the PowerPoints on the website. And I'm like, sweet! I close my notebook, put the pencil down, sit back and relax. And then for every single day, the rest of the semester, I see people writing every single word. The professor puts paragraphs on the PowerPoints, and people are writing every single one down. And yes, I understand some people need to write to understand stuff, and it makes it easier for them to learn it. But I don't think that's why they're doing it. I think they're doing it because they really think they're going to need to look over their notes the day the test comes. And even sometimes the professor will go to the next slide and the person will be like, wait, I didn't write it down. The professor will go back. And I'm like, okay, no offense, but do you need to write it down? Because they're all online. You literally have no reason to write them down. You could write them down when you're at home. What? Sometimes you don't need to take them, especially when the professor offers an alternative. I had one professor who said, come up to me in class, give me a flash drive, and I will load every single PowerPoint from the entire semester onto your flash drive. 5. Pick classes that fit your lifestyle schedule. This is a biggie. This is a huge one. I hate waking up early. And ever since the first semester, I've learned that you can pick classes in the afternoon. What? It's like your dream of being in high school, middle school, when you would always have to wake up early and you're like, one day I wish I could pick classes that are in the afternoon. You can actually do that now. Now, whether you actually do that is another thing. I have told myself every semester to never pick early classes, and every semester I have found a way to put a 9 o'clock class in there. Maybe sometimes you won't have a chance because the class is only available at that time, but if you love waking up early, get early classes, get like 4 early classes, you'll be done for the rest of the day and be able to go to a job or just go home and relax. Or if you love sleeping in and partying late at night, pick afternoon or evening classes, get home, party all night, sleep in till 12, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, you're done. See? That's awesome. You have control of when your classes are. So if you complain about them, like I do, it's your own fault. I'm sorry, that sounded really judgy. It is your own fault, but dang. Become friends with your professor. Step 6. Be friends with your professor. This isn't hard, okay? Okay, maybe it's hard for some professors, but just walk up to them, after class. Ask questions during class. Email them. Make an effort, because when the semester ends and you realize you have a B or a C and you're so close to a letter grade up, so if you're so close to a B from a C, or you're so close to an A from a B, like by 5 points or 10 points or something, you better have a great relationship with your professor, because if they care about you, they will give you something extra credit. You say, hey, I'm 1 point away and I know I missed a quiz, I'm so sorry, but that 1 point, is there any extra credit I can do for you? And if you have made no effort, if you have failed to turn in homework, if you have failed to do your test on time, if you have failed to come to class some days, if you have made no effort and you ask them that, they're going to look at you, go like this and say, no. Put an effort into making a relationship with your professor. Show them that you're committed to this class. If you miss something from reasons you can't control, then explain that to them, Just don't show up to late every day and expect to have your grade fixed at the end because you're like, dude, bruh, I need an A, otherwise my mom's gonna frick. Don't do that. Step number 7. Don't take an online class. Alright, like ever. Some schools maybe have a good system for online classes, but I just don't really think it's that great. You won't be as committed. It'll be harder for you because you'll just be like, I can put that off to whenever I want, and then, oh, wait, it's finally due tonight. Dang, I gotta do it. It's not as, just when you're in class, you got more focus, everything's great, it's all awesome. It's just easier for me personally to focus, and I'm sure it's easier for you. And the last tip, I think it's 8, 5, 6, 7, I don't care. I think it's 8. Just have fun, all right? College is a great experience, all right? Don't work yourself to death, but don't relax so much that you fall asleep and never wake up. That was a little morbid. Even if you don't use your degree for anything, even if you drop out after 2 semesters and realize your life is meant for something else, at least you can take away what you've learned for greater things. I'm taking some classes that I doubt will go anywhere near my degree, but they're enjoyable classes. I'm learning lots of cool stuff and it's just teaching me so many new things that I didn't know before. So college is what you make of it. It's what you put in is what you will get out. Put in the effort to make good grades. Put in the effort to make relationships with your professors and your fellow classmates. Put in an effort to learn, and you will get out an amazing experience that will hopefully affect you for the rest of your life. So that's all I can tell you guys. I hope you enjoyed my list of how to college. And if you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe, and comment. Tell me your tips to how to survive college. I'll see you in the next video. Tell me what you want me to make a how-to about. How to live. I don't know if I can answer that one, actually. I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure you college right.